Okay, example number 3 says, use a number line to add the integers. Do we need to use the number line to add the integers? We don't, okay? You should use one order and your partner should use the other order. Okay, well I didn't know we had partners, okay? What can you conclude? What is the name of the property that's being illustrated? Okay, so we're going to learn a couple of things here. Let's look at number 1. It says that -3 plus 4, they want us to do that one, and 4 plus -3. Okay? Now, let's add up these first ones here. Evan, when I'm looking at this, let me move this down just a bit so we can see it. It's got that star in the way. Okay, there we go. Evan, I'm looking at the first one here. That's this one.
Yes.
How many negatives do I have?
3.
How many positives do I have?
4.
Which one do I have more of, positives or negatives?
Positives and answer.
How many more?
1. So
So my answer is +1. Perfect. Thank you. Bailey, help me with this next one. Okay? How many positives do I have?
4.
I've got 4. How many negatives do I have?
3.
So when I put them together, what do I get? I'm left with +1. Now these things are in different order, right? The first one I got -3 and +4, and when I put them together, I got +1. But do you see, if I keep the sign with it, and I say 4 and -3, that it doesn't matter. I can flip them back and forth. I can change their position. This is called the commutative property of addition. Now what that means is, it doesn't matter. If I'm adding, I can add numbers in any order. I'm still going to get the same answer, right? But if I'm subtracting 4 minus 3, and I flip these and make it 3 minus 4, does that give me the same answer? No. This one is 1, and that's -1. Subtraction is not commutative. Commutative means to move from one place to another. People commute to work. They move from their home to work. The commutative property means I'm moving one number, I can move the numbers around and I still get the same answer. Okay? Let's see. Let's do this last one here. Okay? This last one says -5 plus -2, and then -2 plus -5. You see they put parentheses to separate the two signs? Okay, that's why they put it there. Okay, Emily, I'm looking at this first one. This one right here. How many negatives does the first number have?
5.
Okay, and how many negatives does the second number have?
2.
So when I add them together, what do I get?
7.
I get 7 negatives. Done. When they're the same sign, I add 5 and 2, and it gives me, and I keep the sign. Okay? What about this one over here, Emily? What do you think? It's going to be 7 negatives again. -7. Now something that Zachary pointed out earlier, when I have negatives and positives, all I do is I take the numbers and I subtract them. 4 minus 3 gives me 1. And I keep the sign of the number that was bigger. So I keep +1. Does that make sense? So let's just do one last example here. Let's do this. -141 plus 229. How many negatives do I have, Emma? 141. How many positives do I have, Aiden?
229.
Okay, so my answer, is it going to be positive or negative? It's going to be positive because I've got more positives, right? But the question is, how many positives do I have left over, Aiden? How do I find that?
229 minus 141.
Exactly. 229 minus 141. I'm getting close. 9 minus 1 is 8. I have to borrow. 12 minus 4 is 8. 1 minus 1 is 0. Positive 88. Nice job.